if you have a lot of misunderstandings with people and you stutter, then this video is for you. Because in this video, I'm going to share with you how to handle situations so much more better. I'm going to share 8 tips with you, and you're going to walk away with a few tips, a few more skills on how to handle misunderstandings better when you stutter. Enjoy this video and watch the whole video to learn all the tips that I have to share. So, how did I get into a place where I'm very comfortable in making sure the other person understands me, and I'm at a place where I'm like, I feel empowered, I feel more confident, and I'm just able to almost guarantee that whatever I have to say, the other person really understands me on the verbal level, but also emotionally as well. And that's such a great place to be, but also a great thing to feel, right? So when I was going through my journey of overcoming my stutter, and it used to frustrate me when I used to talk to people, talk to my friends, talk to my colleagues, and they would not understand what I'm actually really trying to say. It used to make me very tired because there's a lot of energy that you put into your speech, into the words that you choose to use. It makes you frustrated when the other person doesn't get you on an emotional level and also doesn't understand the content that you have to say. And sometimes all you want to do is just give up. Just give up talking, give up trying to explain your ideas to somebody. So the things I'm going to share with you are things that have helped me and I still use to this day. The first tip is rephrase and simplify when needed. So when you experience or you're in a situation that somebody doesn't understand you, somebody doesn't quite get you, then what you can do is rephrase what you're going to say, right? Or use simpler words, or say the sentence in a simpler way, right? And that's something that you can use rather than saying an overcomplicated message or conveying the message over 2 or 3 sentences. You can say it in 1 sentence or use simpler words, right? So keep it simple or rephrase it. Tip number 2, pause and breathe to regain control. When you stutter or you block and someone doesn't understand you, there's a lot of frustration. You feel flustered. I know I've been called out like, hey, Reggie, you look flustered. You look frustrated. And that used to frustrate me even more. So before you get to that place of frustration, or you're feeling frustrated, or you're feeling frustrated, right? Before you get to that place, like right now, as I am, what you can do is just pause, breathe, and regain. And that's fine because it stops you from digging yourself into a place where you can't get out and your head becomes too noisy. Tip number 3, acknowledge the miscommunication, right? So this is pretty easy, and this is something I do as well when people aren't on the same page as I am. So I would basically kindly and respectfully say, hey, I think there's a misunderstanding here. Let me re-say it again. And that's it. How easy. And that gives me a chance to breathe in, regain myself, restart what I have to say as well. But it also shows the other person that I have control. It also gets you to a place to be more confident as well. So, tip number 3, right? Just acknowledge the misunderstanding. Tip number 4, stay calm and smile, right? You don't want to be the person that is not approachable and that is not easy to talk to. So when there is a misunderstanding, you do fumble on your words, stay calm and just smile. This is something I've done oftenly as well, where you're starting to feel frustrated, you're starting to get a little bit upset, but before you start building up on this momentum, just stay calm and give a big smile, right? And what this does is it keeps you approachable. It keeps you someone who's easy to talk to. And people love talking to people that they get along with. So you want to create this environment for yourself, but also this personality where people think of you as like, oh yeah, you're calm, you always smile, and you're easy to talk to, right? So stay calm and give a big smile whenever a misunderstanding happens. Tip number 5, ask the listener for their thoughts, right? This is a great little tip because you can just check in if they fully understand you, but it also gives you more control of the conversation and your speech as well. So you can just ask them, hey, let me know your thoughts on what I said, what I have said. And that just lets you know if the other person gets you or gets your message as well. It also gives you the opportunity to show that you care about the conversation, you care about the connection as well. And that's something really nice to feel, right? When you know the other person cares about the overall conversation. Tip number 6 is use visual aid or visual material when needed, or text as well. So if you are having a misunderstanding over something very complicated, which does happen, then you might need to use something visual to help you out, some data or a graph or a chart or something like that. I know for me, when I have to explain a complicated message at work and there's a lot of ideas in the message, then I do bring along with me a few charts or visual images to help me explain what I need to. But this is something I rarely have to do. But from time to time, I do have to use visual support material. But yeah, so that's tip number 6 that can help you. Tip number 7 is end your conversation or your speech or your sentence with a recap, right? Just recap a few things, and you can say it along the lines, well, just to summarize, this is what I have to say. And that just makes sure the other person understands your message, understands where you're coming from. Tip number 8, and this is more of a mindset than anything, misunderstandings are universal. Everybody has misunderstandings. And misunderstandings are probably majority of the time nothing to do with your stutter. It could be so many other reasons that happen, right? And they happen to everybody. So when it does happen, just stay calm, stay relaxed, take a few deep breaths, and re-say your message. You can always use sentences like, hey, I think there's a misunderstanding. Let me just say this a different way. Okay. And you can say these things in a way where people are still open to you and you are still approachable to talk to, right? So misunderstandings happen to everybody. Stay calm, take a few deep breaths, and re-say your message. And one final message, right? It's about connection and not having the perfect speech or the perfect conversation. And if you want more support and more help with your stutter and your fluency, and you want to be able to accept the way you speak and speak freely and confidently and with more strength, then I would love to help you out. There's a link in the description below that will set up a free call with me where we can have a casual discussion to see where you are and how I can help you out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.